So it is working according to my polls here. So who's going to win the NFC and the AFC? About half of you, 46%, say the Dolphins. And who's going to win the NFC? Sample size is not what I like it to be right now, but 50% say the 49ers can win the NFC. And because of that, I know right away 49ers have zero chance of making it to the Super Bowl. Everyone's going to lose their money again as they did last year because that's what Las Vegas did. Again, the NFL's own YouTube polls, who's going to win the conference championships, the majority of the public had the Bengals and the majority of the public had the 49ers. The same thing's going to happen again. When Las Vegas is hosting the Super Bowl, Las Vegas is going to make record-breaking profits. It's just part of the agreement. Las Vegas wants this to be a huge score, not only hosting the Super Bowl, but celebrating hosting the Super Bowl by having the biggest record-breaking profits in the history of the NFL playoffs all time for Las Vegas sportsbooks. The 49ers ain't got no chance. The Dolphins ain't got no chance. They're playing with people's emotions the entire way. First, it's the 49ers, and next it's that's the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, no Patrick Mahomes, no Chiefs this year. Yeah, it's their year this year. Yeah, Eagles gonna beat the Cowboys. Yeah, Eagles. Eagles. Yes, Eagles. Well, it's the Chiefs. They're the dynasty. They're the dynasty. They're the dynasty. Oh, the Chiefs. Oh, Patrick was a given. He's a given. He's going to make it to the AFC Championship. It's got to be Kansas City, right? Oh, got to be Miami. I've been up 2 this year. Yeah. But bam, kabam. Well, the Bills won big against the Dolphins, so yeah, the Bills look great. But now, I think everyone is just gonna be they're choking the playoffs too much. So everyone's gonna be Buffalo's not gonna do well, and then the Bengals are gonna start to heat up. The Bengals can start to win games. People are gonna start being high on the Bengals again, especially if the Bengals beat Buffalo. If the Bengals beat Buffalo, I could care less. Those playoff teams from last year, that Buffalo losing against in the regular season, with the exception of the Cowboys in December, Buffalo going to beat them in the postseason. So it's a given. It is not going to be a coincidence. The Super Bowl is at Las Vegas. It is going to be a huge record-breaking year for the sports books, especially on the NFC side. I wonder if everyone's going to be all on Kansas City, because the polls are just a sample size of what the gematria community thinks now. As far as who the public has, then these kind of polls, who's going to win the NFC, the AFC, whatever, who's going to win these matchups, what have you. The NFL is going to do that during the course of January, as it did last year. So understand the house always wins. Brock Purdy is a psyop by design. He was made to look like he was Joe Montana, Tom Brady, whatever. Then Dak takes over in January. In February, the Cowboys get hot at the right time. They come up with these trick plays. The offensive line will obviously get healthy again. There won't be a deep zone defense. So this Brock Purdy guy, it's like a vanilla defense he's just crafting all over in the last game. That's how the game was like the vanilla play call. It was just a cover three, and then everything was underneath. It was a joke. There's no pass rush. That's how the game was rigged. Yeah, Zach Martin's your Notre Dame connection there, longest tenured Dallas Cowboy. February 11th, the Super Bowl is going to be on the day that the Vatican City was founded, uh, independent of Rome through what was the treaty? What was it? the Lorient Treaty or something. I forgot. But yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh, no wonder why Patreon Front Network had the Baltimore Ravens are going off of the Jesuits and all that. But the Ravens in Maryland at the Stadium of the Saints and the War of 1812 and General Jackson, doesn't that make sense for Baltimore next year? I'm just saying, like, it's just a matter of timing differences sometimes. Just like with Andy Reid was an LA native, but he didn't make it to LA, but he was going to win the following Super Bowl after Los Angeles hosted, and Andy Reid is born at LA. And likewise, Jerry Jones born at LA, so Cowboys would be the next team to win the Super Bowl from the NFC side after LA did so in Super Bowl 56. And mind you, the sixth game of the year is going to be at SoFi. It's Dak's second touchdown of the year. So all I know is the people who do back the boys, I mean, it's going to be a win. The Buffalo and Dallas both. Why? What are the odds that they both begin the year at New Jersey? New Jersey equals Las Vegas. Well, my friend doesn't even bet the first 3 weeks of the season just to see who ends up being good and who ends up being bad. So actually, it's pretty smart to just take off the first 3 weeks of the NFL. He's in the baseball bet, so he'll be doing the baseball in between. He's a soccer fan too, like me. So you'd avoid wagering on football games like about week 4. Who appears to be good and who does not appear to be good, and vice versa. So, but they're quite a bit easy ones this year too, like San Francisco over Pittsburgh, for example. And then the Jets game they got through, they did it. Cowboys, tremendous value week 1. They thought the Giants could be a playoff team, and many, many others. But it would just be just like last year. Just like last year, except that the number 1 seeds were not the favorites last year. It's just funny because you're like, well, you picked the 2 favorites, the number 1 seed. Oh, no, I thought they're going to win. Well, no one did think they're going to win. According to NFL's own YouTube polls, they were still going with who wasn't the number 1 seed. So the Chiefs and the Eagles were not even the favorites, according to the NFL's own YouTube polls. Everyone was picking the Bengals and the Niners. They were not the favorites last year. Now the number 1s are not going to be there. They're not going to be there next year. Recency, the number 1s, the Eagles and the Chiefs made it last year. The recency, it's there in people's minds that number 1's going to make it. Number 1's going to make it. But I guarantee you, Las Vegas hosts Super Bowl. It's not part of the agreement to have the favorites win. It's going to be a record-breaking year for them. That's why the 49ers are guaranteed to lose. Plus, do you think Las Vegas are going to have all these people in close proximity from California traveling to stay at their hotels and bet on the Niners to win the Super Bowl? This is how they don't have a chance. The Niners don't have a chance. Everyone's going to be betting on the Niners. That's how they have virtually 0 chance. Las Vegas not going to celebrate a Super Bowl with the 49ers. When plus they're a rival of the Raiders. Why are they going to win at the stadium of the Raiders? Why? You got to understand why the Niners don't have a chance. Mostly has to do with all these people from California that are in close proximity to Nevada. Plus, Phoenix metropolitan area, there's a lot of people from the Bay too. And hey, I mean, is it going to be rigged against East Coast teams? Atlantic City too. Don't forget about them. Because legal betting was in New Jersey, and Yankees keep on failing to win the World Series, and then the Eagles lost Super Bowl. I imagine that was a great Super Bowl for Atlantic City too last year. That's the Las Vegas without the entertainment. Atlantic City, New Jersey. So it's going to be a huge conference title week for anyone who's basically going to hope the Cowboys lose. That's why Cowboys going to win. There's everyone who hates the Cowboys, who thinks they suck, which is going to be over half of the country. They're going to say, well, the Cowboys are going to win. Well, no one did think they're going to win at the Stadium of the Raiders. Why are they going to win at the Stadium of the Raiders? Why? You got to understand why the Niners don't have a chance. The Niners don't have a chance. are just going to lose, and they're just going to go off of the past and the emotion of hating the Cowboys, and then that's how it's going to be the most record-breaking January ever. Plus, everyone's going to think Dak's going to choke. Oh, it won't be the next game. It'll be the next game. There's no way Dak can win 4 straight playoff games. But then that's exactly what he's going to do. He wasn't even trying last year when I saw him play. I'm not going to forget that Dak beat Tom Brady. And he owns the Eagles and he owns the Giants. I'm not going to forget about that. I'm not going to forget about the fact that I threw for 4,000 yards. Anyway, it's been rigged. It's been rigged for Dak to choke in the playoffs the last couple of years. So you want to cry rigged? He's going to win this year. I'd argue it was rigged for him last year to throw these to throw that retarded interception when all he has to do is score a touchdown or kick a field goal. That was rigged. Dak was throwing the game last year against the Niners. He was. Because I've seen the real Dak Prescott come to play. It's about the 42 and the 103 and 23. Those are the key numbers. Those are the key numbers. Why does Purdy equal 30? Well, last Cowboy win over the Niners in the playoffs was 30 years ago on the 23rd day of the month. Dak will be 1-3 in the divisional round. It lines up perfectly. I mean, if it's in reverse, Cowboys, Eagles, divisional, Cowboys, Niners, NFC, but I'm going with some old-fashioned divisional rivalry. Just Cowboys, Eagles in the NFC Championship game because the Eagles, it's their year. Like, they're going to win it this year. They don't have to go up against Patrick Mahomes, blah, 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 blah. Oh, Sean McDermott, he can go up against the Eagles. He's a long-time assistant where he can go up against the Bills because Sean McDermott was a long-time assistant with the Eagles with Andy Reid. But then again, I think that'll be the PSYOP script in the conference title week. But it is just easy to predict a year with big upsets, and the list of information presented to you, the basic fact that the Super Bowl is going to be held at Las Vegas, I mean, the Super Bowl is held at Las Vegas. We are bound to see the public rocked. And Vegas is, they are merciless. They have no mercy. They're going to murder the public. They want to win. They want to win big before the actual Super Bowl happens. It's part of the script for the Cowboys. Start slow. They're going off script if they beat the Niners. Because they're the favorite. They're the favorite. Well, the Las Vegas NFL called in Las Vegas. They said, hey, these Cowboys are going to throw vanilla at them. They're not going to even try to, cut pass coverage underneath, short pass coverage. They weren't going to try to throw the ball to CeeDee Lamb. The running back was going to take a dive, and it didn't even look like he was going to hold on to the ball. Like he let that fall out of his hands pretty easily. Always by design. Get you to think the Niners are going to win the NFC to beat the Cowboys again. It's mind control. You repeat the same outcome again, you expect the same result. So you go into people's heads that this team ain't got no chance against the Niners because that is how Las Vegas wins big for the postseason. And that's why they call it a rivalry, because it's about to be a real rivalry. Don't you hear these guys post-game? Micah Parsons says, the real Cowboy didn't show up. George Kittle is sure, fuck Dallas. And then who was it? Debo Samuel or someone say, if you go up against us again, it could be a bigger ass kicking. That the bar would be about to rematch again, period. And coked up Michael Irvin, he gonna deliver the entertainment, the box office, Cokie ran there. The Cowboys are going all the way. And Stephen A. Smith shot over Michael Irvin, coked up, crazy ass cocaine in the ESPN press tank. Get some must watch TV right there. Let's go. The Cowboys coming, Stephen A. What in their pants right there. He said, you just watch right there. Philadelphia Eagle, you just watch right there. Man, you didn't make no Super Bowl yet. Jalen Hurts, my quarterback. You my quarterback. That's what's going to happen this January. And I think if the Bengals beat the Bills, then this is great news. Or I think then they're really, really, really fucking merciless bastards if the Bills do lose to the Bengals. Because they'll be like, oh, they can't beat the Bengals. They can't beat the Bengals. They beat them in the playoffs. They beat the Bills in the playoffs. They beat Buffalo again. They can't beat these guys. They can't beat these guys. I'm telling you, that's what would happen. I would probably pick the Bengals to beat Buffalo in the regular season because of that right there. Potential Bengals-Bills matchup. I think Las Vegas are setting up the Ravens to lose early in the playoffs, so it's because it's mind control, because they'll get you to think, oh, Lamar and the Ravens, he's a choker because he missed the playoffs. He didn't get to see Lamar last year, but if he plays in the playoffs and he chokes this year, then it's like they're getting it grilled in our heads that Lamar sucks, he's a choker. It's especially if he's one and done. If he's one and done this year, then no one gonna think Buffalo or that no one gonna think Baltimore gonna win next year because Lamar's a choker. Lamar's a choker. Well, the Bills already lost the Super Bowl because Josh Allen is a 15-6 light path, so the Bills can't win the Super Bowl until their sixth Super Bowl appearance because that's when they're going to be 1-5 in the Super Bowl. Remember the missed field goal at Tampa when they lost against the Giants. Tampa's the Montreal 15. That was a heartbreaking loss against the Giants. Now, the Cowboys and the Bills both began the season at New Jersey. New Jersey's the Montreal of Las Vegas, Nevada. And I don't think it's coincidence that the Cowboys and the Bills start the season at New Jersey, that Stephon Diggs is able to watch Trayvon over there. They pretty much know the script because, hey, no one had a camera or anything in the Cowboys practice to show that this was a real injury, that it's not fake news. Because where's the photographs? Where's the video from inside Cowboy practice? We don't have any photographic or video proof that Trayvon Diggs actually got hurt. Show me pictures of him on crutches. Take pictures of what you're reporting on, right? That's what they gotta do. But how do you get the 15-6? It's May 21 of 1996. And 21 is 3 in 1996. That is 25 year. Josh, for me, it's going to be very important to get the right year for the Buffalo Bills because it'd be cool to celebrate this with Buffalo and they do win. But he is 15-6, and Las Vegas is going to play with they're going to play with the public's emotions in Buffalo. There'll be America's sweetheart, America's Cinderella, all that. It is just gonna, people were hating on Richard Sherman after his WWE ran on the mediocre receiver Michael Crabtree. So they got a lot of angry, emotional people against Seattle after that win over the Niners, and so I think they're gonna play with people. They're gonna play with people's emotions right there, man. They're gonna play with their emotions with Buffalo, and just Las Vegas would be a big win. If Chiefs don't make the Super Bowl, then your Chiefs to make it. Your Chiefs to win the AFC, that loses. That just seems like if the Chiefs keep on winning, then Las Vegas is going to set up the Chiefs to lose. I could care less if the Chiefs win the game against the Dolphins by 28 or 35 points. I'll still go with the Dolphins and beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. The Dolphins got their ass kicked like Buffalo. If they lose to the Chiefs, if they beat Kansas City twice or something, and then the public will probably just back Miami against them. I don't know why. Miami, Buffalo, whatever. Well, anyway, Bills may be a powerhouse. Maybe they're not. But the way how it's set up, I think the Chiefs are the number one seed. the 49ers are the number one seed, so the Chiefs Niners psyop is there because Niners be like, oh, we have a different quarterback this time. Pretty average scrub. Las Vegas has y'all be laughing right now. Yeah, the whole California thing, that's just very underrated. But I'll take you seriously. Only other team I take seriously in the NFC is the Eagles. It's, a narrative is stronger there. I mean, people are not gonna. Well, people from Philadelphia may fly in for the Super Bowl, whatever. But I mean, or they be placing their bets there in Las Vegas. That's a whole other thing. It's Cowboys. It's America's team. It's the silver helmet at the Silver State, the entertainment capital of the world, the cowboy cheerleaders, the strippers, everyone there in Las Vegas. Booyah! America's team in Vegas. That just goes together. It does. It does. No, it's okay. Calma. You can watch football again. The Bills will win the Super Bowl, but I think the Jesuits have set this up to be a shaming ritual against Josh Allen for the way that Brittany Williams cheated on, or he cheated on Brittany Williams, and the rumor is he got a bartender pregnant. So infidelity, the Jesuits, Catholicism. That's where they're going to punish Josh Allen, especially if it's Super Bowl being played on the day that the Vatican was founded, that they became their own independent state, February the 11th of 1929. But anyway, if the Ravens is 40, Vatican City is 40, that just means that the Cowboys are defending champions with 40 playoff wins, and then the Ravens are going to try to be the next winner when they play in Super Bowl 59 against Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. The Super Bowl we've been all waiting for. Lots of running on the ground. Electric Madden football. Kyler Murray against Lamar Jackson next year's Super Bowl. And they're running quarterbacks. They're running back here. And Tua takes over. So Tua beat his MVP, and then they be like, it's Tua next year. Tua next year. Well, yeah, let's take a look at the special ticket packages, the special flight packages from Allegiant Air. 4 teams. Steelers week 1 against the Raiders. The Raiders game against the Chiefs. Allegiant Air is flying Buffalo fans out to their game against the Bengals, and Allegiant Air is flying out Cowboy fans out to the site of the NFC's last Super Bowl victory. That would be SoFi, the Week 6 game against the LA Chargers. So only one NFC team, Allegiant Air, is flying out. Steelers not making it. The only 2 teams, Chiefs, Bills, and then also, because it's the NFL, a team that failed to win in week 1 is going to win in the AFC. So this means that there's only 3 possibilities. They're the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Bengals. One team that started 0-1 out of those 3 elite quarterbacks is going to be in the Super Bowl this year. This is just their way of the NFL telling us that, no figure, whatever, despite the Miami Dolphins starting out slow, because that's what NFL is. It's no figure league. But people couldn't figure out last year, even though the number ones made it. But this year, I guarantee it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be a wild divisional round. That'd be the wildest thing ever if both the 49ers and the Chiefs lose. That'd be a hell of a playoffs if we see that happen. That would be. Because you still get elite teams in the conference title round, even if you're missing the 49ers and the Chiefs. You still get the Eagles, you still get the Cowboys, you still get the Bills, you get the Bengals or the Dolphins. I mean, NFL bigger than the Chiefs or bigger than the 49ers. There's a lot of teams that have improved. Cowboys keep on getting better every year. The Dolphins have gotten a lot better. The AFC has really stockpiled on quarterbacks. And then the Lions have gotten, they've kind of taken over the void a little bit left over. Well, the Cowboys did. They've taken over the void of Brady and Breeze and Rodgers, but then the Lions are that team that starting to make the NFC a little bit more interesting. But then I think the Lions go up against the Eagles and DeAndre Swift, the former running back, in the divisional round of the playoffs against Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. How about that? Of course, it's a good story. Lions win a home playoff game. They got to win a playoff game. Lions last playoff win. Cowboys won the Super Bowl that year. It was the last home playoff game. Their last home playoff game. Their last NFL victory. Well, yeah, I can see it because Lions are 7-13. They'd be 8-13, and then 8-14. I think the 22nd playoff game in Lions history is going to happen against the Eagles. That's a pretty good hypothesis. Lions and Eagles in the divisional round. Maybe the Eagles beat their ass pretty good. The Eagles are the favorite against the Cowboys, and the Cowboys shocked the world. The Cowboys are the underdog this year. So yeah, it's definitely looking like Lions, Eagles in the divisional round. Eagles they gotta be pretty hot. The Niners Cowboys game is gonna be an all time classic. Dak Prescott is gonna shred these guys at the last minute. That's what you're about to do. He's about to play from behind. He's gonna take over the Tom Brady role, beating Tom Brady last year. Tom Brady's final playoff game. Tell you, these guys, NFL sucks. Tom Brady stinks so much. Next quarterback has to be the guy that ended Brady. It's got to be him. But just saying, I mean, a little detail like that goes a long way. And we don't want to be saying this after the fact. We want to be saying it before the fact. I mean, it's just the truth. Public should be betting the Niners, but they don't understand how this all works. But Las Vegas is just they're not going to win with that with the 49ers. It's just not possible. Just it's Cowboys beating the Niners, the Eagles, the Bills. It's like, yep, these guys are gonna play with the public and their emotions. They're gonna go for a big kill. But then Cowboys will probably one and done next year or something, or maybe miss the playoffs or something. The Cowboys will miss the NFC Championship game next year. They'll probably one and done next year because last year was a fluke. So they'll say that this Cowboys Super Bowl 58 was a fluke. So I think next year they'd be like, Cowboys are a fluke. I think they will. I think they will. Well, yeah, it's a regular season. I mean, NBA season only start until February, anyways. It's practically when the Lakers season started. It don't start right now. It started in February. They'll probably lose their first two games against the Nuggets and the Suns, anyways, because this shit is all crap, anyways. I think they're setting up everyone against Goat Keenup on again. There'll be no 2-10 or whatever. But you see, the old guys, the commercial of him battling Father Time and him dedicating that season to Bronny James, okay, it is going down. Joe Kinnaban wins this year. All the fools going with the Bucks because of Damian Lillard. Did Joe Holiday go to the Celtics? Man, the Bucks are fucked. They are fucked till next year. Maybe they'll find their version of Joe Holiday next year, next offseason. All I know is the script is coming in for Goat LeBron James, Ty Kobe against the Celtics, and then the Phoenix Suns get revenge against the Bucks, and the Kevin Durant could never win with Kyrie Irving, with Stephen Curry. Well, and they said the same thing after Shaq won the championship with the Heat, was that Kobe can never win without Shaq. But then again, he did manage to win without Shaq eventually. And Kevin Durant's career path is exactly like Kobe's, where he will win without Stephen Curry, as Kobe won without Shaq. But Kevin Durant will beat the Bucks. He'll get his revenge for the airball game. 48 weeks later, 48 weeks later, 48 weeks later, after a 48-point game in that game 7 2021, where he did ball pretty well except for that air ball. The Goat LeBron got his revenge. He got the revenge for the Warriors for the super team. Don't forget Kevin Durant was part of that too. Goat LeBron 100% beat Kevin Durant. He needs the revenge against Kevin Durant next year. And then, teams like the Clippers and the Mavs, that's who Kevin Durant's going to beat the year that he wins championship. Teams like the Clippers and the Mavs and the Nuggets and the Warriors, I mean. We really need Lakers Suns very bad. We will get that. Maybe we don't see Kevin Durant and the Warriors till next year. I mean, who knows? But Chris Paul and the Suns, all of that, I mean, what makes the Western Conference intriguing is that there's a lot of matchup possibilities. But for me, it's a given Suns Lakers conference finals. It'd be like an NBA finals played in a conference finals round because LeBron James, Kevin Durant are not in opposite conferences. They're all in the same conference this time around. Then you set up your Suns Bucks and your Suns Celtics and Lakers Bucks. It makes all the matchup possibilities very interesting in the NBA finals. But Bucks can't make it 2 straight years. Bucks got to lose if everyone is all high on Damian Lillard and go LeBron 26 wins. The Bucks Celtics is 26. But Kobe Bean Bryant, Bean Town, the 18 weeks after Michael Jordan, 217 birthday, two teams, 17 championships, tiebreaker. 18 weeks in a day after Michael Jordan's birthday. NBA Finals begins 18 weeks after the second Lakers Celtics matchup on the 33rd day on February the 2nd. It's Lakers Celtics. But the psyop will be is that Darvin Ham is the Bucks coach. But Suns Bucks Revenge is a script out of the WWE. I think Suns go up 2-0 against the Bucks. They won't let one slip away this time because the Grim Reaper is gonna kill them off. It's gonna rip off Rip off that buckhorn. That's what he's about to do. They're about to go off. It'll be one of the greatest shows ever. This 1-2 punch gonna murder them, man. They're gonna murder them because the GOAT is not there. There's no GOAT figure that can elevate the players around him like GOAT Keenan can. The only GOAT Keenan you beat the Phoenix Suns. That's the only guy you can beat the Phoenix Suns. But the Ruffles commercial, they'll just have to I'll just have to tie into the following season. The following season doesn't land on the year that the Ruffle commercial come out, but it has to play out for the year afterwards. Afterwards. As we say with GOAT LeBron, when Kobe's 45th birthday, his 45th playoff series win. Don't forget Bill Russell had 45 wins in the NBA Finals during his career. That's the significance as how GOAT King LeBron James and his championship ties into. We honor Bill Russell. He gets rid of the number 6, and he wears the number 23. He's the king. He wins the title on the 23rd day. In his 45th playoff series win against the Celtics, commemorate Bill Russell and his 45 victories in the NBA Finals throughout his playing career. And Kobe's initials, the 13th pick, the 13th finals matchup between the Celtics and the Lakers. Freemasonry 139, 13 matchups, 9 victories for the Lakers. 9-4, Beantown 94. Eight and 4 during their time in Los Angeles. Goat Keelan Bond born 1984. Tatum is 84. Because they're 1-0 against the Celtics during their time in Minneapolis. But don't think NBA going to pass up on a tie-breaking series between the Lakers and Celtics. That's pro wrestling as well. So it looks like every Laker grade in recent times has played in the NBA Finals against the Celtics, with the exception of Shaq. Except for Shaq. Except for Shaq. Again, you know how big they are about that number 6, right? Go Kinabonte has got to win for the 6th time against the Boston Celtics. That's what the Russell number 6 is about. That's what it's about. When Kevin Durant retires or whatever, his knees are broken, whatever, he gets one last ride, then, the Microsoft CEO in his new fancy arena in Inglewood, they gave the Rams that rigged scripted championship in their new stadium. It'll be the house that Kawhi built. Write the story. He wins with 3 different franchises. That's legacy Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi is going to commemorate Kobe in year 26 in the 80th edition of the NBA Finals. LA Clippers will find a way to recruit and put together a team at that time in 2026. If that is indeed part of the script, or if the Clippers find a way to bring in some stars and replace Paul George, and, well, they didn't do too bad last year against the Suns, but I still like Kawhi 2026 and the latter part of the decade. Jason Tatum is going to finally win one. He will. Jason is 84th NBA Finals, or even before, or even a couple straight championships. Maybe Jason Tatum surpassed the Lakers after Goat King LeBron gets the first punch. That's why we're gonna let the games play, and that's why we're gonna let it all play out. Because script is indeed there. It is there for the immediate future, which includes this obviously rig scripted year and the next rig scripted year after that. It's Coach LeBron and Kevin Durant. Calabasas is 14. Goat LeBron wins 14 years after 2010. That's the 14 we've been looking for all of this time. But they're say Kawhi is too hurty, too banged up, just like Kevin can't win without him. They're all characters, right? They're all characters. The 2024 Year of the Dragon by Kevin Durant. Born Year of the Dragon's going to win in an NBA season beginning in the Year of the Dragon. So the 2024-25 NBA season, it begins in the Year of the Dragon. In 2025 is the Year of the Snake and the D-backs for the last male professional sports team to win a championship in Arizona. And thus, the snake who left Oklahoma City, he will finally be the guy in the year of the snake, in the playoffs of the snake year, in the season beginning in the year of the dragon. Magic won his fifth ring in the year of the dragon. Go to the Bond ties Magic in the year of the dragon. This is all we have to say. I think I've done plenty of videos. There's a playlist of 38, 39 videos. All the inevitable proof is right there. We already know we're gonna be laughing all the way, all the way to the championship, all the way to the finals matchup. That is our year, our year, our year, our year. Come out here. Come out with the fire. Let's go. Go, King the Ball. Hey, y'all, ball right here. Come out here. Go, King the Ball. Hey, that's Bob. Come out here. Come out with your energy right there. Come out with their energy. Come back the other way. Go, King the Ball. Say so. And the one only go the ball. Say so. Every fan should be behind the GOAT this year. He could have lost a child. He could have lost a child due to the heart attack. King got the budget. You be sure you're the man on an unfinished business. Right there. GOAT LeBron is ready for this. 71 weeks after he signed with the Lakers, GOAT LeBron James, the greatest ever. He beats the Celtics 71. And that's your big 71 right there. GOAT LeBron gonna beat the Celtics. It's their time next year. The Celtics took a dive. NBA Mafia gonna say, hey, you're gonna be in there next year. You're gonna be in there next year. They're gonna be in there next year. Celtics will try to win the championship 15 years later. It would be 16. Just 20 for 2008. Damn. The Celtics will try to go for a ring 17 years later, try to make it back to 2025. But then the Bucks will be too much for the Celtics. Damian Lillard has to make it to the NBA Finals, play one time. He's gonna do so against Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns win the championship. Well, Frank Vogel's going to win the championship 56 weeks after he won in the bubble. So GOAT LeBron wins 44 months later. Bubble's 44. Champions is 44. And then Frank Vogel wins with both Goat, LeBron James, and Kevin Durant. He wins 56 months later. Phoenix Suns 56, Bucks is 56, Coronavirus 56. We are at a full consensus. And plus, Goat, LeBron has to be the next player to beat the loser Phoenix Suns, who lost to Michael Jordan in 1993, who lost to Kobe in uh, in 2010. And so before losing to Phoenix Suns can win a championship, they have to lose to all three guys. They lost to Mike, they lost to Kobe, and they're going to lose against Goat King LeBron James. And both Goat King LeBron James and Kobe would have series wins and series losses against the Suns. The Suns beat Kobe two times in the post Shaq era, I think 2006, 2007, whatever, and then 2008, they beat Kobe Bryant before they got Pau Gasol. So both guys will be part of the rivalry. Kobe says he hates the loser Phoenix Suns, and damn well, the two teams gonna be playing, and Goat to LeBron James gonna defeat them. Kobe hate the Suns. He hate the Suns. There's a full article on that. He hated the Suns. That's why they're gonna beat them. And Kobe hates the Suns. Damn well they're gonna beat the loser Phoenix Suns. Well, yeah. If the D-backs make the World Series, they'll probably lose that. Why are they big on all these repeat events from a team from the same geographical region? So, Florida lost the College World Series, and then, they had, who did they have lose conference title game? Or the national championship game? Was it Florida Atlantic? And they had the Miami Heat lose the NBA Finals. So, all I can say is if the D-backs in the World Series, they're going to lose to Mad Max. Then I'll just be the loser Phoenix Suns are guaranteed to fall short in the playoffs again. When Bronny plays and everything is all good, it is all back on schedule. Go LeBron and Bronny are playing the NBA. We going for ring number 6. But then if the elite in the cabal worship their Molech god Mike, satanic evil worship, then this is the final year of Goat King LeBron James. And he has proven to me that he is the one and only GOAT. I don't fall for sick Molech worship. Goat King LeBron is the real GOAT. Peyton Manning is the real GOAT. I don't worship all these rigged ass championships that we've seen, from, they gave it all to Tom Brady, man. Aaron Rodgers could have easily won another ring or two if this shit was real. Goat LeBron could win 8 championships in his sleep if he wanted to. If you watch the conference finals last year, they shit all rigged. They were all playing close games, each of the 4 games, and it ends in a sweep. Yeah, that shit was fake. We know the rituals. We knew Jalen Hurts was going to fumble. He did in the Super Bowl. He was a joke fumble. All we know is that the calls already been in Las Vegas, and State Farm was the clue. State Farm Stadium. And now the teams with the special flight packages from Allegiant Air, that is a process from elimination. They have to rig all this stuff through the corporate sponsors. It's corporations rigging it, you know? That's what it is. It's corporations rigging it. Who owns the leagues? You know, corporations. Where did the owners make their money with? You know, corporations or hedge funds, right? Or banks, right? A lot of them are, you know, bankers. That's pretty legit. A Legionnaire offering a special ticket package to the Cowboy fans that travel to LA, the side of the NFC's last Super Bowl win. Wow, that's a brilliant find right there. And what am I? And let me guess. The Patreon Fraud Network predict the Bengals to win next year because, oh, that's the house that Joe Burrow played with LSU. Those kind of things won't be easy anymore, especially with the widespread, you know, sports betting. I mean, becoming legal in all these other states. But then, you know, Tom Brady never played back home at Santa Clara, you know, at the stadium of his beloved 49ers. Like that never happened either. Devin Hester took a kickoff return at the Miami Stadium where he played with the Miami Hurricanes, opening kickoff, but there was no legal betting back then. Well, I know. I mean, maybe a psyop back then was, oh, Devin Hester going to take over the game, but it would mean he would play in the game. Nah, that's a reach. That's a reach. That's Illuminati psyop. People from California always go to Vegas. They want to bring in people from the outside, like the outside. Texas, New York, the other candidate, Philly. The Las Vegas Raiders, they say, fuck the Chiefs. And that's part of the agreement. And Patrick Mahomes will play company man during the playoffs. They won't let the Chiefs make it to that stadium. Just like they'll never let the Niners play at the Cardinals Stadium. They'll let these teams play at divisional rival stadium. Very rare does it ever happen. It only happened in Super Bowl 49, but the Seahawks got fucked in the biggest way ever. The biggest choking job in the history of the Super Bowl is never ever, the Seahawks are never ever going to be allowed to win at the Cardinal Stadium. That's how it's never ever going to happen in Super Bowl 49. It never ever was going to happen. But hey, Dirk Dallas Carr against the Cowboys in the wild card round, something like that. New Orleans Saints Gematria of 64. Good ideas. Ideas. Dak, the Louisiana native, if he begins against a Louisiana team. Super Bowl was originally scheduled to be held at Louisiana Super Bowl 58, but then it got moved to year Super Bowl 59 because of the COVID pandemic. But I get the feeling that they knew all this stuff was going to happen. And they knew the Silver Helmet was going to win at the Silver State. And they knew they had 36 playoff wins. It's the 36th state in the union. They 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 rigged his career. They scripted his career with numerology. The Giants is 40, Cowboys 40th playoff win as a non-first round bye team. Exactly 40 months from Dak's injury on the 11th of October against the Giants. The Giants has gematria of 40. It's a rich it's a it's a it's a death ritual. It's a death tribute. It happened 10, 20, how many years later? It just happens to happen 10 years after the death of Peggy and his brother Jake during the COVID pandemic on April 23rd, adding up to 28th. Well, Super Bowl will just come sometime after his death. I forgot. The suicide is Camacho 34. There have been 34 prior quarterbacks to win the Super Bowl. Dak will be quarterback number 35. Prescott's 35. Tom Brady's 35. Matthew Stafford, Camacho 35. Last quarterback to win his first Super Bowl, the LA Rams, is Camacho 34. Yeah, scripted. I can't be real and see the Bills win. Not allow Red to come back, with under 13 seconds left or so, right? Yeah, that was definitely rigged. Can you not rush five guys or so, and you won't allow anything like over the top, whatever, and the quarterback has to get rid of the ball super quickly and rush five guys, right? Prevent defenses will be used to manipulate games and make them somewhat exciting. Although a guy like wide open, like easy 20 yards down the field, whoa. These guys are professional quarterbacks. They can make that happen easily in their sleep. Be pretty exciting to see a real challenge. See five guys rush a guy with 20, 30 seconds left. The other team barely has any. They had to be perfect on that play. Well, Dolphins are going to be in the playoffs because Miami Dolphins is 58 and Tua is Camacho 42. So it goes on the 42nd day. So you'll be in the playoffs. Don't forget Deion Sanders coaches the Buffaloes. His first Pac-12 win at the side of Super Bowl 30. That'd be the most Illuminati thing ever if he coaches the Buffaloes and the Cowboys go on to beat the Bills. The Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen was quarterback with the Wyoming Cowboys in college football. But yeah, that's all I have to say right there. You have to be aware that Las Vegas can set this up to be the most profitable Super Bowl ever. As you tell it, Las Vegas, that's the biggest giveaway right there. It's the easiest one right there. They're certainly not going to let any huge favorites win this year. And that's great. That is great that the 49ers lay the hammer down the nail on the Dallas Cowboys because it just means they're sticking on script right there. I mean, that was beautifully executed. There's, they haven't drilled in people's minds that Dak sucks, that the Cowboys can't do nothing, which is how Las Vegas wants it to be. That these 49ers are unstoppable world beaters. That's how they want their record breaking year. And they will get it. I can promise you that. But that's the script. That's part of Las Vegas manipulation. Stephon Gilmore, he started out his career with the Buffalo Bills. And he just takes over. He took over from what Stephon, whatever his first name Diggs is doing. He's just replacing Trevon. That's all he's doing. He just steps right here. It would have been unfair if both cornerbacks are playing. The injury was fake. It never happened. They have no photographic proof. They have no video proof. He left the arena in the in the crutches. Why don't we see him with the team with his crutches, whatever? Right? We don't have any proof that this injury is actually real. It's just part of the script. So Dak is the guy. He takes all the glory after the death of his bro and his mom. Yeah, the fellow get one back to him in the most perfect way. Tony Romo never had a a family member die, he was certainly a more talented quarterback than Dak Prescott. But I ever know what happened to Dak, losing the father, losing his mind, and having the ankle injuries. This is a kind of a great ending for Dak Prescott. What's going to happen right after he returned from his ankle injury, but it was going to happen down the road, down the line. Well, it's occultic number 6. The ram, the sheep, they get slaughtered. Well, I guess this is a slaughter of the buffalo. They're really big on that occultic number 6. Isn't the elite really big on that number 6? You think about it. Dak Prescott is 42. Raiders are 4-2 in the Super Bowl. They're hosting the Super Bowl. They go for 3-0 against the Buffalo Bills. Also, Josh Allen's 33. That'd be like a 3 for 3. Yeah, but stop it right here. I'm gonna go to bed right now, right here. You get some good discussion going across a multiple magnitude of different topics, but I think we're all ready for the playoffs already right now. The Niners can certainly lose against the Vikings. 6-1 Minnesota Vikings, 61. They'll keep on winning after that. Oh, the Eagles Dolphins game is going to be an interesting breakdown too. Maybe the Eagles beat one of the two teams between the Dolphins and the Chiefs. That something thinking about too. So get off to bed. Good night, everyone. And good night. And the whole country be watching the 3-2 Cowboys on Monday night. Couldn't script that perfectly too as well. Guys, before I go, Super Bowl 30 was Cowboys and Steelers. Or that maybe Super Bowl 28, maybe it's Cowboys Bills. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. Okay, and that was a Buffalo Super Bowl. Yeah. Anyway, well, remember, Steelers is 103. 10 months and 3 days, 10 years and 3 months after the death of Peggy, they make it to the Super Bowl. So, no. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. I was talking off the easy. Yeah, it'd be the third matchup between the Cowboys and the Bills. Absolutely. Whatever reason, it's part of the ritual. Well, Bills play their 42nd playoff game as a franchise. Both teams go 3-0 as the Cowboys win their first Super Bowl since Super Bowl 30. Both teams go 3-0 to make it to the Super Bowl. A total of 6 games. They're playing the 7th game against each other. It's kind of how I see it. So, yeah, we'll see. But with the Super Bowl at Las Vegas, it's not supposed to be easy this year. I do like how uh, Baltimore lines up very well for next year. So, well, I guess the Super Bowl will be very cursed. It will be. Stephon Gilmore is going to throw a pick for sure. Good night, all. Have a good sleep.